direction. So in my educational philosophy, and especially during my time, I felt that, yes, we have schools. As at that time I became a president, local governments had schools, states had schools, secondary school, primary schools, universities, private people have schools. So the issue is not about just having schools, not just about having universities only. But in the next 10 years, not just about when I couldn't have been more than 8 years as a president, because the maximum based on our law now is 8 years. So it's not about the 8 years of Jonathan presidency, but in the next 25 years, what kind of country we should be. So I have the feeling that in Africa, Nigeria is considered, especially Black Africa, Nigeria is considered as a key country. And if you're a key country, you must show leadership in all sectors. We must show leadership in science and technology. Because now, even the economy is a knowledge-based economy. And without science and technology, you can't go anywhere. Nobody respects a country that has not developed technologically. If you like, be selling forest produce and be making money, nobody will regard you. But the day they see your strength in technology, they will start attracting that respect. Nobody will respect Nigeria even when we cannot even produce tear gas for our police, not to talk about manufacturing aircraft. Yes, we have platform before I came on board. We have space program, we have satellite programs, we have nuclear programs. But how far have we gone with that? They are just there in the name. We have not developed anything significant. And I say first, for our educational philosophy is that we must create a crop of Nigerians. Not everybody, but we must select first our best brains. And let us be doing that every year for the next 25 years. At the end of every year, all those who made first class in the technical disciplines, we take them and select from among them. The first level is that you must get first class from a university before you be qualified to even write the exams. So my plan was that every year we'll send about 150 of such people to the best universities in the world in highly technical areas. And these are the people we need to come into our nuclear system, the new will come into our space system. We have them. But we don't have the required brains and maybe the financial support to grow these areas. Today they will always tell you about DICON, our defense industry, that Nigerian DICON was established at the same time with that of Brazil by the same technical assistance. Today, Brazil, they are manufacturing their jet fighters. We can't even produce tear gas. Because I remember when I was in office, there was time they came to me that the police, because there were stories about police using this, using that. I said, what is the problem? It's supposed to use the tear gas. They don't even have enough tear gas. Where? So we still import tear gas. I said, no. In fact, if I had won my election the second time, I wanted to really take a revolutionary approach in that defense industry. But just I'm telling you about the technological focus, our vision. It's not just about education, but what kind of education? But in addition to selecting these best brains, so that in the next 25 to 50 years, Nigeria will be a different country technologically, we still believe that so many Nigerians supposed to enter the universities. And more so, we also know that there are quite some Nigerians that were being described as school dropouts. They couldn't go to primary school. They couldn't even meet up the basic education requirement of the first 9 years of education, so that they can at least read and write before they can do business, even if they will trade. And we introduced that to support that program. We introduced the Almajiri educational system in the North. We just adopted that name. Our model was not the real Almajiri, but we just adopt that name so that it will appeal to the people, because they are already used to that Almajiri education. But that one Malam just gathered some young people and trained them only the Islamic education, and maybe some of them even to read the Quran. But they had no skills at all. And they become a problem to society because they have gone through school. And they believe that they are educated, especially they are more knowledgeable even in the Islamic studies. But even their local governments can't even employ them as messengers. So they revolt against society. So any problem you have, you see these people become revolting against society. So no, I would say no. Yes, you should learn the Quranic education, but in addition, imbibe the Western education too. So at least by the time you finish your basic education, you can at least work in your local council, or work in small companies, or work with the state government, so that you integrate these people properly into society, not just giving some young people Quranic education, you leave them to be floating, and any mad person can just recruit them and use them for violence. So that's why we adopted the Al-Majri. It was purely secondary school. Comprehensive secondary school. The only thing is that it packages the total Islamic education, which some private schools also have. But we adopted that name, Al-Majri, because it's already known, to market the program, so that it will be embraced or imbibed by the people because they know it. And we know that if you are training so many of these young people through that program, because it's a basic primary, secondary integrated into one, some of them will surely want to go to the universities. And that's why we expanded the number of universities.